Couple of Dewalt grinders today then. So this is a bit of a salvage mission, if you like. I got these both from a returns auction. Now they've both got different faults. Now that is good in a way. So this one here, you can see it seems to be working well. Spins as you'd expect. Doesn't really sound too bad. But if you look closely, you probably can't smell that, but I can. It's burning. And you can see hopefully here now smoke coming out the side. So this one is going to have a motor issue, but we'll come and have a look at that in a minute. The one in the top left there that I've already looked at has got a controller issue. So hopefully we can get one out of these two. Now if you look at these both together, you can see the one at the bottom has got blackening around the bottom of the motor there. So what I'm hoping for is it's as simple as putting that one on the right into this machine and off we go. But we'll have a look. What I'll do is I'll clean it out, I'll check the brushes as well while I'm here. And this one looks fairly brand new if you look at it. There's no scratches on it, there's no paint, there's nothing like that. So I think these have had really low usage, but for whatever reason, that motor has started burning. So just looking inside then, looks pretty good. As I say, there's no damage there that you can see, and we know this one works to an extent. It just starts burning, which is the issue. Now, what I'm going to do is check these brushes. So they're a little bit fiddly, these ones. Not quite as easy as some of the drills, for example, or the Makita impacts that I've shown you in some of the other videos that just open up at the back. Now, this one does, when you get the clips off, just pops up like this. You can see here, hopefully when I focus, that doesn't actually look too bad. So there's no real problem there. Now what I'm going to do is compare it with this one here. And this other one has got a lot of, you can see the white dust hopefully in there, plasterboard dust I'm hoping, not asbestos or anything like that. Now what I'll do is I'll get this other one out, and as I say, I'll just show you the two. If there's a huge difference, I'll change the brushes as well. But what I'm thinking is actually they're probably going to be fairly similar. They both look about the same amount in when you look at them from the back, and when you look in the top, they all seem to almost meet in the middle, which is good. Now if I can just pop this clip off, as I say, it's a little bit fiddly on here. It's just at the top here. If I can just move it backwards, there we go. We can then pull this out and it just pops out like this. So really simple, just like the others. It's just difficult getting that first clip off. Now we can just pull this out. I'll say we'll just compare the two just to show you. If I can get my fat fingers in here. There we go. Just move that clip to the side and then pull it out. Now if I grab the other one, which is under here somewhere, there we go. So when we focus, you can see they're basically the same. The one on the left seems to have a little bit more indent on the top there. You can see the shape potentially. There, you can see the lines down it. The one on the right has had a little bit more work, but it's still perfectly fine. Now, we'll put this back together. We'll put that new head in, if you like, from the other machine. A little bit tricky here. You've got to make sure those brushes are out the way as you're pushing this in. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it in there. So, grab hold of it, work out which way it actually should sit. So if you imagine when you're using the tool where the head would actually be. And on this one, the switch is on the side like this, and then the head's there facing down. So that's how it's going to sit. So what we need to do then is pop those brushes in quickly, and then they'll clamp on the side of that motor. Here we go. And it'll keep it in place basically for now as we screw this in. So that's that in. Make sure everything is pushed down and in place, and then we will get it back together. So get the right screws. Now the thing that's confusing me is I've got a couple of these open at the same time, which is annoying, but I use this set here on the right hand side. So pop the same ones back in. They are the same size, but I just like to be a little bit odd with that. If one's screw has come out of that machine, it's going to go back in that machine. Right, seems odd when I'm taking the head from the other one, doesn't it? But that's how I like to do things. So pop this button back on and make sure this little rubber sleeve is actually sat in there, not hanging out the bottom. That'll just give that a little bit more strength at the bottom there on the cable. Stops it coming out, if you like. So screw this back in. Make sure it's solid. This is a 110 volts. The other one was 240. Now, whenever I'm dealing with sort of mains power of any type, I put them back together. You might have seen me use battery machines and just test it, but I don't do that when it's mains. So all plugged in now. Give it the tap, and let's give it a go. So that is working. And no smoke. No smoke, no smell. Let it go for a while to heat up, and it's all good. So we're not getting really hot, we're not burning, and that's the difference. So if I did want to recover the other one, I would now need a new motor here. I would also need a new controller, which I'm not going to bother with because this is now just spares. So got one working, that's all I wanted, so we're all good.